Hello YouTube viewers, I'm going to talk to you about a creepypasta, quite a well known one in fact. This one's called Squidward Suicide. What this is about, it's quite a sinister episode. It's really sinister, and I find it to be quite disturbing at times as well. But I'll talk to you through it, and I'll talk to you on how much I pretty much remember from the episode. Well, how much I remember from the creepypasta, usually. There was this intern at Nickelodeon, this unpaid intern. This was way back in 2005, and there was this unpaid intern at Nickelodeon, and they got to see some of the new SpongeBob episodes days before they even aired. They got to see the new SpongeBob episodes days before they aired. And then now they got hold of a copy of an episode which was supposed to be a rough cut of Fear of a Krabby Patty, but it's not as it seems. Now they'll normally, as for a new episode in making, they'll normally put a mock title card up, like How Does Sex Work, instead of Rockabye by Them. Especially with when SpongeBob and Patrick adopt a sea scallop. Now they play the episode, and the title card comes up as Squidward Suicide, and they didn't really think of it as a morbid joke. A few interns had a small throat laugh at it as the happy-go-lucky music plays, and yeah, and then the episode starts. So Squidward is in his house playing his clarinet, but then SpongeBob is making too much noise. So Squidward comes out and tells SpongeBob to quiet down, and then SpongeBob kindly says okay, and then goes to see Patrick and Sandy. Then we go to the concert, because this is why Squidward was telling SpongeBob to quiet down, because the concert's that evening. Now, a few frames were playing a second. It was playing a few frames a second. So yeah. And then, as you know, the concert starts, and then Squidward plays on his clarinet as usual, but then the audience boo at him. But not only it's your regular old audience, they've got hyper-realistic eyes. So yeah, they've got hyper-realistic eyes, which this was part of the creepypasta, or especially part of the episode. As they said, this was part of the episode when things seemed a bit off, and even SpongeBob and Patrick were booing, which is not really normal, and again that just sounds really off. So after that, then just after the concert, Squidward is pretty much sobbing to himself, and Section Forward is sobbing to himself, but also he's sobbing, and again he's got hyper-realistic eyes yet again. And I think hyper-realistic tears were coming down as well, or something like that. And then this was where things started creepy. A still image of a dead child came up. He managed to pause it, in other words, go back to see the child and pretty much paused it to see it, and it was a kid with 6 years old with his eye popped, and I think some others as well, which I can't remember what others were. Oh yeah, his eye popped and his eye was popped and his face was mangled, which is something not normal for a SpongeBob episode. So yeah. Then it turns back to Squidward again, and I think he was still sobbing and feeling sorry for himself. But then there was also another kid in it as well, and luckily the person managed to revert back to see what it was, and it was another kid, but it was a girl, again the same age as the boy, 6 years old. Again, her eye was popped and her face was mangled, same as the boy. Then it turns back to Squidward again, and he's staring at the screen. Another thing came up with the kid slowly grabbing guts out of the boy. And about the still photos, there was also a photographer in the shadow as well, which makes it really creepy and disturbing. And what you could see was a photo of Squidward with hyper-realistic eyes, which is something not normal, but very disturbing. And then you get a voice saying, "Do it." And yeah, that's very, very creepy. It was a dark voice, and it was saying, "Do it, do it, do it," something like that. So then Squidward got a gun in his hand. He had a gun in his hand, put it in his mouth, and shot it. In other words, he shot his mouth. He shot the gun in his mouth, and hyper-realistic blood, guts, and gory and brains went all everywhere, all over his wall. And then you see Squidward down on the ground, pretty much dead. And that was about it. Now, obviously, they called in Mr. Hillenburg, the creator of SpongeBob, and he didn't know what the heck was going on. Most of the people went out of the room, so only a small majority of people wanted to see it again. Well, a small majority of people was there to see the episode again. So of course they saw it again, and Mr. Hillenburg was confused and angry at this, and he didn't know what the heck was going on. And that was about it. Now, this first started as a rumour on YouTube that this story was real. But yeah, the questions are, who made the episode? Well, all the equipment and all that were investigated through, and they were all working all right. So it could be a glitch in the system also, or just a simple mistake. But we do not know. Maybe it could have been a glitch in the system, but who made it? And plus, what about the photos of the dead kids? Well, the dead kids, all kids have been investigated. All kids have got investigated, but there were no results. So, yeah. So, who made the episode? Who made it? We do not know. And unfortunately, this episode has no answers but you. So that is it. That is just that is Squidward's Suicide, my first creepypasta story on this channel. Thank you very much for watching. See you later and bye bye. Peace.